into the online broadcast network, Afterbuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. Afterbuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of
Tuning into the online broadcast network, Afterbuzz.
Aggressive, okay. Well, welcome to another episode of the Modern Family After Show on Afterbuzz. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on YouTube and SoundCloud and rate us on iTunes. Hopefully you like what we're doing, so give us 5 stars. And if you want to follow along on Twitter, you can hashtag Afterbuzz TV Modern ABTV Modern Family or Afterbuzz TV, you know.
Your
Any
choice.
hashtag, add those in there. I'm one of your hosts, Carli Carsow, and you can find me on Twitter at Carli_Garsow, and I'm joined with these lovely people.
Hey guys, I'm Nicholas Grava. You can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Nicholas Grava.
The song is still playing. I'm Britta Garsow, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Britta_Garsow.
We're mourning season 6, so this is right.
You were
So
great.
this is
Yeah.
the song from American Sniper because the episode is called, ooh, I sounded like Wisconsin there, American Skyper.
Clever.
Play on words.
Yes. It's the
I
little
hope you guys
things.
love this episode because I loved it. Did you?
I did. It was one of my
Loved it.
favorites of the season, I would say.
Me
Yeah.
too. I mean, season finales should always be like that because you're ending the season and it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yes,
So
I
true.
couldn't agree more.
And they finished great.
Yeah.
So the episode is called American Skyper because of Phil, which that threw me like
Yeah.
surprised. Like
But I don't really understand why.
they said that he got sick when he was on a business trip, and if he would have flown back, his ears would have
His
blown
ears
out.
would have. So,
No, I remember that he stuck, but I wonder why they did it that way.
yeah, I don't know
Oh,
why
like why the
either.
show
like, why
did?
did they
Yeah,
decide? Let's. Cause
maybe to introduce that little robot, because that was pretty cool.
I guess. I mean, I think that the show always like. The episode they gave us was always on the computer screen, so they're
Yeah.
always doing things that are technologically advanced. But I don't know. This seemed a little unnecessary. I think.
I thought it was very unnecessary, but it did add.
I guess it
little bit of
added to the
comedy,
plot in a way
yeah.
too. That last scene of him
That's
falling
true.
down the
That's
stairs.
true.
And
But,
I mean,
yeah.
like that whole episode that they did with the iPhone, I don't know, maybe they're trying to get more like techie with their
I guess.
topics. I don't know. It was funny, but it kind of made no sense to me that Phil would miss his daughter's graduation.
Yeah.
It didn't add anything to me.
Yeah, but it was funny.
Yeah.
And that thing, that contraption, whatever it was,
It kind of freaks me out,
it's
though.
it's cool.
They're
though.
real too, which is kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
they've got to be real. I'm
Yeah.
gonna look that up.
They
They're
have
probably
that
a lot
like
of money.
Google and stuff. All
But
those
how
robots.
how does like the person tell them to follow people around?
You move
Is it
it
like-
as you're doing it.
he
So
was
like he was
moving.
controlling it by his computer.
Okay.
As he's talking, you're
Okay.
moving around. I think.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because then when he threw himself down the stairs, he had to.
Yeah, he was like, I'm going. This is gonna hurt. And
Yeah.
he just sent himself down there.
Yeah. So Phil missed Alex's graduation, but everyone else was there, and they had a nice party for her at the house. And I think like the main theme with her graduation was gift giving.
Yeah.
Like
She
everyone,
got some great gifts.
But everyone wanted to give her like the best gift, and so Jay gave her a trip to Europe, which was like amazing. Great grandpa.
I would take. Yeah, that. What?
Such
I
a
want
Jay
a trip
gift
to
too.
Europe.
He
Such a
gives
Jay gift.
extravagant gifts.
Yeah.
And then Mitch made her a scrapbook, which caught me off guard too. I didn't even know Mitch was into that
I
sentimental
think he's
stuff.
had some time on his hands.
he has time on his hands. We'll get to that.
Him and Spencer.
And then Spencer.
Scrapping together.
Scrapping, little scrappers. So he made the scrapbook, which I actually thought was her favorite gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so sweet that it was everything that she had ever made him.
So
Yeah.
really, he has been doing it throughout time. It's not like he was just
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh,
mean,
this
he
week I'm
had
gonna make it."
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Phil wrote her the song that she never got to hear, but it was all right. Phil.
I didn't even I mean,
I didn't really get it. I don't know. I think she would have been like, oh, Dad, that's a really sweet gesture, but it's not a great gift.
That's probably actually, I think that's exactly what she would have said, because what else can,
Of all the gifts, what was your favorite?
Europe.
The trip?
Take me to Europe.
Trip to Europe.
Scrapbook's fine and dandy, maybe good in 10 years when I look back, but right now, going to Europe.
I think the trip, but coming from a scrapbooker, like, I always thought that, you put so much time and effort into them and giving them as gifts. So, like, I know how much, like, he put into it. So if someone were to give me that type of scrapbook, like, I would appreciate it more, I think, than the average person. But I've never been to Europe, so I would probably say that would be my favorite.
But that's true. It's short to book a ticket. It's short to book a ticket to Europe, but to make a scrapbook, there's a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, but like I said, I think it was her favorite gift. So because Alex is the type of person, like how she said, I can't go to Europe alone. Have you seen the movie Taken? Like, she's totally that person that isn't like Hayley, like so excited and doesn't even think about it. Like, she's a thinker. And,
I can relate to Alex on some of those levels.
Me too.
He was like, imagine what would Dad do? What would Dad do if he got that call? And I was like, whoa, what would he do?
Yeah, seriously.
He's
so
Liam
funny.
Neeson.
No.
For sure.
What did you guys think about like Claire? Like, could you relate to her and like trying to find the perfect gift for someone you really care about?
I mean, I think that's normal, especially everyone wants to have the best gift. I'm surprised she didn't have anything planned or more planned going in. What was the keychain?
Remember, it was a picture of her and Alex from her first day of school.
Why didn't she give it to her?
She thought it wasn't good enough.
Well, it wasn't. So, Claire, you should have kept brainstorming.
I know,
See, like, to me, Claire is such a controlling person. Like, if it was Alex's graduation, she only gets one. I would have thought Claire would have planned the whole party, planned this elaborate gift, and made sure everything was perfect. So it kind of shocked me that, like, she didn't put that much thought in. I mean, the gift, that is a really sweet gift. But, like, she always needs to be the best. So it was surprising.
Yeah, it didn't seem like there was as much thought put into it. And I can understand wanting to give a good gift. You don't want to be like, and the kid.
Especially like a graduation gift. Like, that's a huge time in someone's life.
It's like, what'd you get for graduation? Your kids will ask you. Maybe.
Yeah.
Kids ask
I mean, you want to be the best gift giver, but I thought it was really cute that, like, Alex gave her a gift at the end.
That was amazing.
Really
and invited her
Did you guys see that coming?
No.
I didn't either.
It's kind of true.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, her parents were there for her throughout her whole, like, career in school. And
it kind of makes you think, like, why do your parents give you gifts for
They're
graduation
the last person that
when
should.
they're the ones that have gotten you where you are?
That's what you said. You got me here. Why would you come to Europe with me? And she was so touched by that.
I know.
I wonder if Phil will feel bad.
I know.
Because he's not coming.
I mean, he missed a lot, so.
Yeah.
And then the other storyline that was really big in the episode was Mitch losing his job, which also didn't see that coming.
No.
Sad.
I thought Mitch was on the top of his game. Like, he was just so funny this episode. I think I'm like, whoa, where did this come from? Like, he's a funny dude, but this is great.
I know. Because I think they gave him, like, his own story instead of, like, Mitch and Cam.
He gets overshadowed by Cam.
He does.
2-year-old Cam.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's
like,
so true.
He just gets overshadowed. And, I liked how their storylines were separate. Because usually we see them together going through something, which is good because they're a couple and everything. But it was nice that Mitch had his own thing going on.
Yeah. And I can totally see Mitch, like, losing his job and not wanting to tell Cam because he has a lot of pride and he's a really smart man. And he really thought, like, he would get a job right away.
Right. So he's saying, I loved when he took his suitcase and his coffee. He's like, hi ho, off to work I go. And he's not going to work.
It was funny when he said, like, at first I didn't tell him because I was embarrassed, and now it's, like, so awkward if I were to tell him.
Yeah, he was like, and I thought I'd get a job in a snap. Then a month. And I'm like, man, that would be terrible.
I know.
What do you do? Because once you're that far into it, it's not like
you
you
have to keep going.
You need to just get out the other side.
But also, like, what was he going to do when he got a new job? Just be like,
I think
hey,
he would have
Cam.
pretended like, I was fired yesterday, but a new job today.
I think he would have said, I got offered this new position by someone I knew, like, type of thing.
I took that job.
Because I feel like that's realistic in his field. But also, so he was working for, like, that big corporate company as a lawyer before, and then he started doing, the
really low paying
civil lawsuit. So there's no way he couldn't find a job. He's been all over
done
the
whole
map.
spectrum.
Like, that's really unbelievable.
He does live in LA though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but you would think there's more jobs
I wonder
here.
what this is leading up to in next season. Like, is he gonna have a crazy, amazing
I know,
job?
I have a lot
Is he
of
gonna
questions, too.
Or is he gonna be like a stay-at-home dad now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, that was funny. He could have been home with Lily, assuming she's on summer vacation, and he's just leaving and going to the park with Spencer.
Oh man, that when he said I got over my fear of birds because of Charlie, I have a fear of birds, and I said no, that would have not. Do you have one? Does anyone?
I don't have a fear of birds,
That's
but
funny.
our mom used to have like this crazy bird named Birdie. Yeah, she's real clever. And
Y'all are bird owners?
no, we
No.
never had the bird. It was
Okay.
after we moved out, but we went home once, and Birdie was there, and he scared me so much.
No, I wouldn't go in the home.
He was
He's like, he
terrifying.
doesn't like strangers, so he like flies into doors and stuff. So we would like walk in the door, and he would fly into like the glass door on purpose. I'm like, Mom,
That's like
your
the
bird
Windex
is
commercial,
crazy.
but no,
Yeah.
And
that's
then
terrible.
she stepped on him, and he died.
I don't want to
R.I.P.
say I'm
Birdie.
happy to hear that, but I don't
R.I.P.
like birds. And no,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Birdie.
But Spencer's bird is very much alive, and
Yeah.
I love that they introduced like a friend of Mitch, because Mitch is so not personable.
No,
he never makes friends.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, like this episode was so great for Mitch.
Yeah.
He was so much more lighthearted. Like maybe he'll be unemployed for a while.
I like this side of him.
I know.
Instead of being stressed out and at work and really dull.
Yeah.
He's like hanging out in the park, scrapbooking, hanging out with birds. Like, who is this Mitch?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That is totally new. Cam with the lisp, with the braces.
Oh my God.
Killed
Why?
me.
Why the
Don't know
braces?
why. I
If
loved
we
it.
missed something, please tell us,
Yeah.
because none of us heard why he has braces. I'm so confused.
And he was really stressing on those S words the
Yeah.
entire time.
Who's Spencer?
Who do you think her?
That was great. I couldn't do
Guys,
it.
I had
just said
braces
the
for 2
words.
rounds. I really know how to
Did.
talk. Yeah, it's a
Oh my
nightmare.
God,
Don't
never
want
had
that.
them, but
Yeah,
don't want them.
I don't know why. Yeah, you don't want them, but I don't know why he had braces. Another thing, why
know.
was Phil
He's like
on a
40
robot and why
something.
does he have braces? Yeah, it's like, what about Invisalign, man?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah, they
exactly.
clearly have money.
Yeah.
That family just bought a robot for Phil.
And they bought the apartment.
Yeah. Also, I thought it was great of Cam, though, when Mitch finally told him to, like, say, like, no, we're still gonna buy
Mm-hmm.
it. Like, instead of, like, backing down. Because sometimes, like, when you lose your job, like, you feel like a little bit
Helpless.
defeated.
Yeah.
And, like, you have to make these changes. But in reality, like, something will come along.
No, and he made a good point. He said we can rent it out, we can use it as an Airbnb. Both very profitable
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they buy it?
Yeah.
That is good. Like, that's the ideal relationship, I feel like, is having one person that's gonna be totally, instead of someone else that's like, oh, you're right, we have to cancel, we need it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to go crazy.
That's
You're
like-
so
Yeah.
depressed
Mitch
about that.
is like kind of pessimistic, and
Yeah.
Cam's very optimistic. So I feel like they really do even each other.
Yeah, he's
out.
very, we will figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah. So how we were saying, like, maybe Mitch will be unemployed next season. Maybe he'll, like, run the Airbnb upstairs.
That's
Could
true.
you imagine?
That'd
That
be
could work
cool.
out. And then bring in new people every week,
I
too,
think
for
that'd be
guest
great.
stars.
I don't
That'd
think they
be
would have
pretty cool.
mentioned it if it wasn't going to be a thing.
Really?
I mean, maybe not, but
We'll see.
I guess we'll see. They hinted at the kid thing, too, so we don't really know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We have a lot of options.
Because you
for
forget
them.
that, like, if they're adopting, the kid could be there, like, the next day.
Right.
They don't have to, like, give
It's
birth.
not, yeah, you're not waiting. That's
9
very
months.
true.
Hayley and Andy?
Yeah, Hayley and Andy.
Guys,
yeah.
this forever is going to kill me.
I
When can they give us,
know.
I mean, I guess they're giving us an answer, but I'm not going to accept it. So I'm going to say, when are they going to get together?
I know. Steve
also-
predicted last week that Andy would be on the season
did say
finale.
that.
So super happy that he was back.
I actually, though, I thought the sweetest moment was just that Hayley came to her dad for advice. Like, you know, she could have asked her mom.
Yeah.
She could
Me
have asked
too, but
anyone.
it wasn't unexpected. She's really close to Phil.
No, she is, but I just thought it was sweet. And then it was just so sweet when he, like, saw them hug and how Andy looked at her and he's like, Hayley's the girl.
And then it muted.
And yeah, of
Plus,
course.
like, if anyone was going to be with his daughter, he would want it to be
Oh,
Andy.
yeah, for
So,
sure.
I know, poor Phil. And then like, I hate misconnection.
Me too.
I know it's like a huge plot line in movies and
Yeah.
TV.
It's very
Stop doing
unrealistic.
it.
Like,
I know, but I don't like it.
It gets under my skin
It makes
too,
me mad.
as a viewer. Unless
No.
they figure it out, like I can only do with like short periods of it.
Yeah.
And fix it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that, like, they handle this realistically and someone texts or calls Andy and tells him, or, you know, like, they figure it out.
Yeah.
I know. I definitely think that it's going to be talked about, like, early on in the next season.
Well, I think Beth's gonna mess something up.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
I think she's crazy.
We've
I think,
learned that.
Yeah. like she could say something about Hayley that will just throw him off.
We'll see them in the car ride or something, and then like she'll kind of be rude or say like, I don't want you to talk to Hayley anymore or something like that, and he's obviously gonna say no.
I think so, because I thought she was a done deal. I thought she was out of the show.
I did too. I didn't even so shocked to see her.
I'm like, oh, here she is walking in.
I know, but remember like the last time we saw Andy and Beth was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And she was there.
Yeah,
so it's not
but
like
then
they broke up.
didn't Andy go back and...
No, he just heard Hayley talking about it.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah, he heard her, but I just didn't think she would be on this whole episode. Like, that was just surprising.
Yeah, very surprising.
Yeah, it was. Because, like, was Andy just there because, like, to watch Joe?
I think. And I loved Andy's line of, I'm not his favorite anymore. I had to tell him I was being paid to hang out with him. You know, felt it necessary.
I know. So cute. Joe is getting cuter and cuter.
Yeah, he looked so old in this when he was. I was like, wow, he really grew up.
He's such a like calm child.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's probably why he got hired to be on the show.
Do you think they're gonna do the thing that they did with Lily and change up to like a little bit older?
I think they will.
No.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't want any competition against Lily.
This is what I think.
For
I know. I
best
don't
young
think
actor.
that they could do that because the age difference has to be there.
I think what they would do. So if Cam and Mitch decide to get another child, then I feel like that'll be like the main child of the season they introduce. But if they don't do that, then I do think they would replace.
It's a lot of kids now that I think about it. If they do get a child, that's a lot of kids.
It is a lot of kids, and you miss Lily being a brat.
Last week.
You know what? You mean being hilarious?
She called Cam a girl.
How did you say it? I bet I would laugh.
I can't even remember the context. I was so
We
annoyed.
all agreed it was bratty.
Whatever.
Just watch
Did they agree? Did y'all agree? If you
Lily's
did, I'm upset.
bratty. Joe's cute. Team Joe.
Team Joe.
Team Lily. Okay, moving on.
I mean, I feel like that's all I really have to talk about unless you guys have any other topics.
No, my favorite episodes with Modern Family are always when they have the entire family there.
Me too.
Everyone's interacting. I mean, I think that's what they started with in the beginning.
Yeah.
In some episodes when we don't see everyone, they're good. But I always like these ones more.
Hey, it's easier to watch when they all have their separate storylines in separate locations. They each get like a 2-minute amount, and then you're not really building on any of.
Yeah,
anything.
I mean that's what I was gonna say. Like when they have their separate storylines, it's so much harder to watch and enjoy. It's just much more enjoyable watching them all interact together in one space, and it's more believable because it's Modern Family. They're a family.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I really appreciate that they did this for a season finale.
What about Gloria's cousin?
Oh yeah,
was that her cousin or distant? That was another random.
They never said his name.
Yeah. Also, her cousin would never just
Armando.
Oh, they did say his name.
When he stole the cigars.
I feel like he would not randomly fly in from Colombia and stay with them by himself. Like her family never comes out. Her parents, like
what has to be happening in his life right now?
Yeah, like it was just weird.
The third random thing. First the robot, then the braces, and then the cousin.
No, honestly though, that's like kind of a joke in itself. What? Are we missing something?
I know. Like,
I don't know.
Like
I don't think so.
They just placed all these weird things in the episode.
Well done.
But we still loved it. Like I think it was a great season finale.
Yeah, great season finale, and I think it lined us up for some good stuff.
Should we do some predictions about next season?
Yes.
Sure.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, I mean, we already kind of talked about stuff, but I think that Mitch is going to be unemployed for a while and either going to like find a hobby he likes or do something with the upstairs. Because I don't think they're going to have him get a job right away. I think seeing a different side to Mitch is a good idea. Kind of like how we saw a different side to Cam once he became was working at the school.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that we've already seen Mitch in 2 different jobs. And we never really see him at work, so I'm hoping maybe... Actually, in his first job, we did. But not in, the second one. So I'm hoping that he'll stay home for a while, because then we'll see him not at work, but, being a stay-at-home dad.
I think that's what they're going for, is just to be able to show us more, because they sort of played out that plot point with him at his job now, so I am excited to see more of him. And the apartment upstairs has to come into play, because it's been brought up multiple times. Remember when he inherited all that money and the check and all that stuff, and now again we see this, so I'm excited to see what that is. And Hayley and Andy, I mean, come on.
They have to be together. There's no way they would
I am not completing season 7 if they are not together.
Yeah, because Phil's going to come back in town and he's going to say something.
He's gonna say something. I mean, I think we all know. Like,
but is Andy going to
propose?
Yeah.
I know, that's the question.
I don't think so.
You don't think he's gonna get to it?
I think he's too much of a conscience. He told Joe that he only hangs out with him because he gets paid.
True, and he has a conscience if he likes another girl.
Yeah, exactly. What I think is that, he's been thinking about Hayley so much, and I think he'll realize, last minute, I can't fully commit to someone if I'm still have feelings for someone else, because he's such a good guy.
I think he might even break up with her.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think in that moment, he'll just be like, no.
One can only hope.
One can only hope.
And I'm hoping.
I hope it's a romantic moment. And it's
I can't wait for it.
The breakup on the beach?
No.
Oh.
Him coming to Hayley after.
Oh, yes, we'll same.
It'll be so beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm excited for season 7.
Me too. So we'll be back in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to tell them where they can find you?
Yes. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Britta_Garsow.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Nicholas Grava.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Carli_Carsow. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in the fall.
Guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Afterbuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the Afterbuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterbuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of Afterbuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.